Hey folks, coming to you from an undisclosed pool in the Pacific Northwest on summer vacation watching my kids play in the pool. What better time than now to talk a little bit about the current rumbling effect of discourse in fantasy and science fiction. It's not a big thought, honestly. It's just, I wish we'd get a little bit more of the middle ground here and a little less of the binary yes, no, on, off, black, white, 1-0 stuff. The current discourse, for those of you who don't know, is this idea that because canonization of works of fantasy and science fiction is so fraught, and it really is fraught, mostly white guys doing it, a lot of academics who may or may not be out of touch with the current field and so on, that it means that when children or young people are coming to have a book recommended to them, recommending a book that is of that time period, right, an older book, is not a good idea. You should be recommending current work for them because that resonates better. I have a lot of sympathy to this in some ways because it is true there is so much good work in fantasy and science fiction being done right now, and in a lot of ways that is going to resonate with young people a lot better. For Gen Z, for young people overall, getting them into fantasy and science fiction through so much good modern work is a good idea. But I get a little squishy when it feels like anything before 25 years ago really has no value at all, and everyone wants to jump on I also think Heinlein is crap, and I hate Asimov. And, look, Asimov and Bradbury and Heinlein and all of these certainly have major limitations of their time. I'm certainly willing to accept that. But as someone who's taught Gen Z and taught young generations for almost 3 decades now, what I find is that my students are very capable of understanding what resonates with them regardless of publication date, right? A lot of the books that are my most popular every year in my introductory science fiction course are works by Amal Omatar and Max Gladstone, like This Is How You Lose the Time War, works by people like Martha Wells with All Systems Red, but also works by Ray Bradbury like Fahrenheit 451. They, the Gen Z students tell me, are the ones that really resonate with them the best. So I don't, and a lot of this is not about people saying you shouldn't pay any attention to those works, but just this is what you should be recommending. And I kind of think we can walk and chew gum at the same time. I think that we should be able to resonate work on a lot of different levels and recommend work on a lot of different levels. And part of it is to avoid this idea that fantasy and science fiction just stops and it's only ever about the current moment, the present day. Because what happens in 25 years when people in 2050 are saying, forget about all that stuff that was coming out in 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24. So I just would like us to have a little bit of a broader perspective. Read what you like what you like, but recommend broadly and deeply and widely. And that probably, I think, is what's going to work best for anyone that you're recommending things to. Just a few thoughts. Wanted to sort of present them on this beautiful summer evening. And thanks for listening and thinking about it.